Hello friends, I hope you are doing well. My name is Amira and today I am at your service with another video and another criminal case. Tonight we are going to deal with a strange and horrible case. Keith and Sherry Pepini first met in middle school. They did. When both of them were in the 7th and 8th grade. They were close to each other, but with the passage of time, they broke up and separated. Years passed and Sherry married another man in 2006, but their marriage lasted only 2 years. It lasted for a year and they got divorced after 2 years. After this divorce, Sherry didn't know that destiny had other plans for her. One day, she met Kate unexpectedly. Kate and Sherry fixed a date together in the near future. To give a new chance to childhood love. From that moment, their relationship became stronger and stronger. In 2009, Kate and Sherry got married and had 2 children and lived in California. In 2016, Kate and Sherry's family seemed like an ideal family from the outside, but suddenly Sherry disappeared. It happens and Kate throws herself into the water and fire to find her husband. This was very unusual because every time Kate went home after work, she would see Sherry in the house. Kate called the daycare where her children were and asked if Sherry had picked up the children. The fact that the head of the kindergarten said that Sherry had not been there at all made Kate worry more. Kate decided to find Sherry's phone using the Find My Phone application. The phone signal indicated that Sherry's phone was at the end of the street. Kate went to that location and found that Sherry's phone was on the ground and immediately called the police. After confirming Sherry's disappearance, the police read the messages exchanged between Kate and Sherry and realized that they had been having problems with each other for the past few months, and that's why the police suspected Kate. After the police suspected Kate, he decided to voluntarily participate in the lying test and clear his name from any slander about his wife. It is interesting to know that Kate passed this test. After more detailed examination of Sherry's phone, Pelly realized that this woman was planning to leave Kate based on the conversations she had with some people. A few days after she disappeared, Sherry received a call at 4:32 a.m. The caller informed police that he had found a woman who needed help.
Hi, I have an emergency. There's a lady on the side of the road. She's chained up. She needs an ambulance.
Do you know where you are?
When the police went to the scene, they saw something strange. The police found this woman with shackles wrapped around her, and after a few minutes, they realized that the woman was Sherry Pepini. Sherry was alive and her treatment was fast. Finally, Sherry was transferred to the hospital. Her condition was very serious and there were numerous bruises on her body, her hair was significantly shortened, a burn mark was visible on her arm, and her weight had decreased greatly. According to Sherry, he was running when a dark SUV driven by 2 Spanish women stopped in front of him, and one of the women, who was 1 year older, threatened to shoot Sherry, and that's how they took Sherry into the car. Sherry said that these 2 women beat her and their intention was to sell her to a man who was also a policeman. Sherry tells the story of her escape to the police and says that after being beaten, she passed out and put her eyes in. He opened a street and finally someone went to him and helped him to call the police. Sherry said that due to her mental state, she does not intend to tell the story and talk more. At the same time, due to the disappearance of Sherry, all the social media, newspapers and news were talking about her. Many books were published for this story. The financial situation of this couple was getting better day by day. The situation of Cake and Milk was getting better day by day until a rumor spread. The story was that there was no kidnapping at all and all this was a kind of fraud. The police investigations became more and more. The police finally matched the DNA that was found on Sherry's clothes. That DNA does not belong to a woman. He was Spanish, not a murderer or a kidnapper. That DNA belonged to someone named James Reyes, who was Sherry's ex-boyfriend. After an hour of interrogation with James Reyes, he finally confessed in tears. He said that I was fooled, and because Sherry had told me that Kate was beating her and harassing her, so I decided to let her run away and live together. James had said that Sherry was asking for shackles and all her wounds and bruises were the work of me and her. James had said that one day Sherry told him that she missed her children and wanted to go back home, and that's why she returned home.
I don't want to fight her. It's me right now. I don't know. I don't want them to fight her. You're not listening to me. Because she saved my life. There's obviously something wrong. There's obviously something wrong. Looking at Yahvi right now. I don't want them to find her. I don't want to press charges. I don't want to go down that road. I don't want to go down that road. I don't want to realize her. Because she sees my life. She's the reason why I get to hold my children every single day. So you don't press her. Please tell me if I don't want this. You're making sense now. So I'm getting scared now.
Hopefully you've had a chance to chat with her. Appears later, maybe. Please answer the question.
I don't know.
You're in the driver's seat right now. It gets easier to control things once you know what the information is. We're just still at the talking stage or at the control stage. You seem scared, Sherry. What is it?
I don't want you to find her.
We're not going to find her.
She's the reason why I get to see my children every day.
I agree, but we're not going to find her. We can skip to the rock into the water and rumble up the pond if we want to now. This is the last time if you want to do this alone or with Keith. Keith's been through this also on a different level. I'm ready to move on and throw the dart and throw the rock and see what happens to the water. So, Sherry, look at me. What do you want?
I don't want her to get in trouble.
She's not going to get in trouble. The DNA came back to James Reyes. And the DNA that was on you belongs to James Reyes. The picture and the thing is the picture. The picture of the table is James Reyes' little brother. He died recently. We talked to him. We put on the polygraph, phone rental, the car rental agreements. We have everything that says that he said he told the truth. That's James' brother. Deceased Nick. So everything, you told us so many truths in this situation. The reason why you can describe the rooms is because you stayed in the room in the dark for hours, for days on end. The reason why you lost so much weight is because you stopped eating. The reason why you got a rash on your arm is because you cleaned his house. The reason why the brand is because he went to the store, bought the brand tools, and branded you. The reason why your nose was broke is because of a hockey stick. I know all of those things, and I know there was no... I know all of that because he passed a polygraph test that said it's not an abduction. She asked me to come get her. I rented a car.
After saying all these things, if you pay attention to Kate S. legs, Sherry S. wife was shaking and playing with her fingers. This showed how nervous and stressed this person was. Surely every husband, after hearing these strange and shocking things, he gets angry and embarrassed. After finding out these facts, Kate asks to leave the room.
Kate's going way out there. Now's your opportunity. Based on your reaction previously, what you're telling me is you did not call James and ask him to come get you. Is that what you're saying? Because if that's what you're saying, I have to understand that. There are things he says that we can corroborate, and whatever you say, we're going to try to corroborate. But right now, I'm not sure what you're saying. You're just saying you can't believe it's him. And you're saying you don't understand. But there are details he provided. We know you were in his house. We collected hairs from that bedroom. That's going to have DNA. We already have your hairs that you left with your cell phone when you were picked up.
That's my DNA on me.
So that's not going to lie either. The descriptions you provided are that room and that house to a T, except it's not a travel driveway, and it's not elevated, and there's not two women to live there.
James lives there.
James lives there. You know James lives there. So you might as well get it out of your head that James is not involved, because James is clearly involved, and James already told us he's the one that did the brand.
Something that he admitted to mayhem. He admitted to a felony. You can put him in prison.
Finally, after 4 years of research on this case, the court determined that Sherry Pepini was sentenced to 18 months in prison and a fine of $300,000, plus all the costs that were spent on finding him. James Reyes was acquitted without any crime, and Kate Sherry's husband divorced Kate in absentia and took custody of her own children. Thank you for being with me until the end of the video. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video because it helps the growth of the channel. I am waiting for your comments about this case in the comments section.